I installed a security camera because I thought someone was trying to break into my house. What I didn't expect was that the camera wasn't watching them, it was watching me. And when the police finally showed up, the first thing they told me was, "Sir, you need to stop recording. This footage isn't supposed to exist. I live alone in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Ohio. The kind of place where nothing ever happens. No sirens, no crime, no drama." That's why the first notification from my security app confused me. Motion detected 3:12 a.m. I checked the clip half asleep. Nothing was there. Just my living room. Couch, coffee table, front door locked. I shrugged it off. The next night, same time. 3:12 a.m., same alert. This time, the clip was longer, and I noticed something small but wrong. My hallway light was on. I never leave it on at night. I checked the timestamp. The light turned on inside the clip, not before it, as if someone had flipped a switch, but the camera didn't record anyone entering. Over the next week, the alerts became regular, always between 3:10 and 3:15 a.m. Sometimes a door would be open that I knew I'd closed. Sometimes a chair would be slightly moved. Once, my TV was on mute, paused mid-frame. No person, no shadow, no sound, just changes. I told a friend. He laughed. "Sleepwalking, dude." So I tested it. I placed painter's tape across my bedroom door. If I opened it, the tape would tear. Next morning, tape intact. But my kitchen cabinet was open. That's when I stopped laughing. I called the security company. They ran diagnostics. "Cameras are working perfectly," they said. "No remote access, no hacks." They suggested upgrading my plan. That night, I stayed awake. At 3:11 a.m., my phone buzzed. Motion detected. I was sitting on my bed. Heart pounding, I opened the live feed and froze. The camera angle was wrong. It wasn't mounted where I'd installed it. It was lower, like someone had taken it down and placed it on a shelf, and the camera was pointed directly at my bedroom door, at me. I called the police. 2 officers arrived within 15 minutes. I showed them the footage. They didn't react the way I expected. No shock, no confusion, just silence. One officer asked, "Do you live alone?" "Yes." "Are you sure?" I snapped. "You're standing in my house." They asked me to step outside. While one officer stayed with me, the other went inside. 10 minutes passed, then 20. Finally, the officer came back out pale. "Sir," he said carefully, "have you noticed anything missing?" I said no. He looked at his partner, then back at me. "Your attic access panel, it's loose." "I don't have an attic ladder." They went back in. What they found shut down the entire street. Someone had been living above my ceiling. Not homeless, not desperate. Organized. Food wrappers neatly stacked. A phone charger wired into my electricity. A notebook. Inside the notebook were timestamps. My sleep schedule. My shower times. When I left for work. And a line written over and over. "Do not be seen." Then the officer turned to me and said the sentence I can't forget. "Sir, this isn't the first house." Apparently, several homes in nearby states had reported similar camera glitches, but most people ignored them or assumed it was stress. In every confirmed case, the cameras eventually went offline. Mine didn't, because whoever it was liked watching me watch myself. Before they left, the police asked me to disable all cameras. I asked why. The officer hesitated, then said, "Because sometimes, when people like this realize they're being recorded, they escalate." I moved out the next day. 3 weeks later, I got an email from my security app. "New device detected. Location unknown." Attached was one image, a ceiling with a loose panel, and a caption typed underneath, "You noticed too early." If this story made you uncomfortable, hit like so I know to post more real Reddit stories.